Welcome everybody to Final Fantasy XIV Online. This is Miriam Treespire and we are going to start a new character. Now, as you know, Miriam started in Limsa Lominsa, but the story and the side quests for each starting area are slightly different. If Depending on whether you start there and on whether you start somewhere else. So what we're going to do is we are going to start another character in another area, just so you can see what those other areas starting points look like. So I'm thinking we might actually start another character in Ul'dah today. Let's see how that goes. Alrighty. New character. We're not going to load parent starter. We're just going to go create a new character. We're going to make it female. So far I have an Eorzea. I don't have any Lalafell characters, and I'm trying desperately to avoid having one because I'm not fond of them. Let's go with a female Aura. We have a female Vera. Or do we? Have I played with that? No, I haven't played with a female Vera. You know what? Where's my dice? Is this a 10-sided dice? Yeah, that'll do. 9, 3, 6. Nope, that's not on the dice. 7. Hrothgar. I think there are female Hrothgar coming up in the next thing, so I won't do that, which means we drop down to Vera. And Miriam is a Vera. Okay, so I actually needed only a 6-sided dice. 2. Eorzea. Oh, I don't feel like playing an Eorzea. Lalafell. You know what? I'm just going to play an Aura. An Aura. Here we go. Alrighty. And I'm going to go tick female Aura. Now, is there an ability to randomize these? Not yet. Alright, high it's rain, low is Zayla. Because all our creation tells of a dawn father and a dusk mother, from whom all Aura are descended. The rain believe their veins to run thick with the blood of the former, their brilliant white scales and iron will serving as proof of this divine heritage. Unlike their sister clan, the Zayla, who bloody the land with endless tribal conflict, the Rain have embraced a life of tranquility and solitude, long abandoning the nomadic lifestyle of their ancestors to settle the deep valleys of Othard's mountainous eastern reaches. Only on rare occasions will one emerge from the valley mist to seek adventure in realms afar. And the Zayla, Ori creation myth, tells of a dawn father and a dusk mother, from whom all Aura are descended. The Zayla believe their veins to run thick with the blood of the latter, their lustrous black scales and fiery wills serving as proof of this divine lineage. Unlike their sister clan, the Rain, who lead solitary lives hidden beneath the savage peaks of Othard's eastern reaches, the Zayla are free spirits who roam the vast western steppe in close-knit tribes, hunting, gathering, and warring as their ancestors have for countless generations. So was it high rain, low Zayla? And I rolled a 1. Rightio, we're doing Zayla. Randomize the appearance. Until I find... Oh no, it's the pink hair nearly did it. Okay. Now, one thing I have noticed is that these darker skin tones tend to not show up very well in screenshots. So I'm going to just lighten her out just a tiny, tiny bit. And I also kind of like them to be a little bit taller. Well, she's a little tall for her race. Let's make her a little bit taller. There we go. But apart from that, let's have a look at her face. I think we can live with this. What do you reckon? Give it to... Little short tail. All right, that's it. Oh no, what are we going to call her? Well, I guess we can go to here. All right, the Eorzean calendar actually has 12, I think. Let me just check. Let's roll a d20. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Fifth astral moon. D10 again. 4 lines. 7. So line 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. D20 halved. If I can read it. 15 divided by 2 is 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll do. The 27th sun of the 5th astral moon. The Eorzean year consists of the moon Menfiva revolving around Menfina, Hadalan's 2 astral and umbral poles, while fluctuating between each of the 6 elements. In this, the year can be said to be the length of 12 moons. Alrighty, d20 again. 19. Well, that's not going to help me. I think I'm only counting the first 12. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oshon, ruler of the mountains and god of travelers and vagrants. He commands the element of wind and is associated with the 6th moon in the Eorzean calendar. Oshon is the brother of Ul'dah and the close companion of Haloni. He is most often depicted as a carefree ranger wielding a bow of yew. His symbol is the walking stick. Oshon it is. Okay, now we're going to start out in Ul'dah, which means we have a gladiator. If you have a look in the bottom, I shall get my big buff head out of the way. Just toss that up there for a minute. If you have a look down in the bottom left-hand corner as you face the screen, you'll see that every time you highlight one of these, it will show you the starting city. It did take me a little while to work this out. So we have a gladiator or a pugilist out of the Disciples of War. Out of Disciples of Magic, we can be a thaumaturge. So that's 3. Going to roll my d10. I'm going to 1 to 3 is gladiator, 4 to 6 is pugilist, and 7 to 9 is thaumaturge, and I ignore 10. It's an 8. Looks like we're going to start our life as a thaumaturge. In the hands of a skilled practitioner, thaumaturgy can be a force of terrifying destruction. At the heart of this school of magic lies the ability to call forth and command the latent ether within oneself through deep introspection. To then mold that ether into sorcery, the thaumaturge makes use of a scepter or staff within which is housed a medium, a natural stone imbued with magical properties. So just like we're doing with Miriam Treespire, we're actually just going to go through and focus solely on the quests. We're not going to do, you're not going to see any of the grinding in the background. You're just going to see the quests come through. Alrighty. Let's go. Time to start. You've selected Sophia as your starting world. Proceed? Sure. Yep, okay, let's do Sophia. I just have to remember which world they're on. Character name. Oh my gosh. I don't know any typical Aura names. Shaelle. What they say are mountains. I could call her a step knight. Broodmother's a bit rude, I guess, because she's not really a mother and doesn't have a brood. Shaelle Andra. Nah. Andra, okay, look. What is she? Ah. Let's call her Shaelle Firewisp. There we go. Let's begin. She's happy with that. I forgot to check her voice. Hopefully it's not an irritating one. Begin a new game with this character. Yes, of course. Let's see how the start to Ul'dah begins.
Here. Here. Feel. Here. Feel. Think.
Always gets me at the beginning, especially when I haven't seen that character start before. Hey, hey you! You're right, lass. You're moaning something fierce for a while there. Feeling the effect of the aether, I reckon. You'll get used to it though, don't worry. Outriders. Uh-oh. You there, halt. What's all this about? Inspection. Men, search the carriage. I'm just an honest peddler, friend, so don't be too disappointed if you don't find nothing, eh? Mind your tongue, old man, lest I cut it out. Wow. Sir, look, Somnus. Honest peddler, was it? Since when do honest peddlers deal in prohibited herbs? You're in a lot of trouble, old man. You'll rot in a dungeon till the end of your days, unless you can afford the fine. Business as usual. Hoa! Amulja! To arms! To arms! Oh no! Well, I'd be running too, I think. 7 hells. Consider this a warning. Now go, all of you. Whew, that kind of excitement ain't good for the heart. You be careful round them brass blades, lass. Bastards will have the shirt off your back if they fancy it. Like common bandits they are, only less honest. Thank your gods for sending some beastmen to the rescue, eh? Hey, seeing as we've still got a long ride ahead, you mind keeping me company till we arrive? Them young uns don't much care for conversation, see? Brent's the name, and peddling's me trade. And judging by your unusual garments, I wager you're one of them new venturers. I knew it. Go on wherever the wind blows, seeking fortune and glory. Now that's what I call living. As long as you can avoid dying, I mean. Ain't no secret that adventuring's a risky business. These days, especially. What was it all that first attracted you to it? Not sure, really. Well, if you ain't inclined to tell, I ain't about to pry. Might be as old Brent's a chatterbox, but he sure as hells ain't no busybody. We all have a secret or 3, don't we, me? Dozens. And I'd rather they stayed secret too, which is why I don't go sticking me nose where it ain't welcome. Just remember, though, there are more important things than fortune and glory, such as breathing. Ain't no profit being dead, and that's a fact. By the by, is this your first trip to Ul'dah? Yes. It is? Well then, let this journeyed itinerant tell you the ins and outs of our destination. Ah, it's kind of him. Ul'dah's ruled by the Sultana in name, but as most folk know, the Syndicate holds all the real power. Them and their monetarist cronies will happily get rid of her grace altogether, but that won't happen while she still commands the loyalty of the Royalists. And the Royalists are nothing if not loyal. These factions have long fought over power, throwing the weight of their wealth against each other, and they show no sign of stopping. Of course, the lizard men, that's the Amal-Ja'ar, couldn't care less about Ul'dah politics. They have their own interests, see, and they ain't afraid to use force to serve them. They say war's a gift to peddlers, need breed and profit, and though it shames me to say it, I'm inclined to agree. Ah, at long last, behold Ul'dah, jewel of Thanalan, where folk turn sand into gold.
Deep in the sun-baked south, surrounded by the shifting sands of an endless desert, she rises. A solitary rose amidst the dust and rock, a symbol of defiance. Her name, Ul'dah. Even with the coming of the 7th Umbral Era, hope springs eternal for the mongers and merchants who vie for lost fortunes in this bustling oasis. As the twin faces of Nold Thal maintain their vigil over all that has been and shall be, the present proffers a brave soul. One whose arrival could mark the beginning of a new era of prosperity for the realm.
And here's where we part ways, lass. I'm off to the markets to deliver me wares, then it's on to the high road for me. Here, I want you to have this, by way of thanks for putting up with me prowl. You never did tell me your name, though. Hey, but here's an idea. Become the sort of storied personage I can brag about having met, and I'll consider us square.
May the traders nurture our fortunes as they kindle the flames which burn within us all. For by fire are we reborn.
Final Fantasy XIV. Oi, venturer, over here. Oh, there's trouble on a stick. I mean you. Fresh off the carriage by any chance? Eh? How can I tell? Name's Wymond, and my business is knowing every bugger else's. Now, what if I was to offer you some invaluable advice by way of welcome to our fair city? Free of charge even. Just this once, like. Free advice. Welcome to Ul'dah, the shining beacon of prosperity rising from the deserts of Thanalan. Please select the control scheme you wish to use. We're going to go mouse and keyboard because I don't have a controller. Follow the instructions to move your character and adjust the position of the camera. When you're ready to proceed, speak to Wymond. Alrighty. WASD. What's R do? Oh, no, that's auto run. Let's not do that. Jump. Right click and look around. Left click and look around. Difference between right click and left click. Okay, is your left click will let you look at yourself. And you'll run there. Don't go that way. I promise you fair wind. Your left click. Just go this way. Right click. Oh, I'll get there. Hang on. Right click and left click. Alrighty, we got this. Let's get rid of this. Alright, before I talk to Wymond, there's a few setting up things that I always do. We're going to set up our HUD. So that's down here in HUD. Just going to move this up out of the way. Grab our hotbar and drag it down. Hotbar 2 and drag that down to here. Hotbar 7. And hotbar 8. I'm actually thinking I might reconfigure how these work. Some dungeons with bigger parties, when you're trying to heal a bunch of people, these things get in the way once they're full. And hotbar 10. I need hotbar 4. We're going to grab that, pop that down here. Alright, hotbar 4, we go into settings. I'm going to turn that into a 2-bar hotbar. I'm going to save that. I also want to see it, so we're going to go here. We're going to tick on this box here, go save. We're going to do the same for hotbar 7. Just want to see it. So we'll save it. Hotbar 8. We want to see it. So we'll just basically highlight that button, save it. Ditto with hotbar 9, because we are going to need them all eventually. Now, unlike my main characters and my event characters, where you see where they just go piecemeal through each different thing, through each different job, and they just do them kind of all together. We're going to try and keep the jobs relatively separate, and we're going to do a different set of quests for each job. So you have a quest list for each job from each area. There we go, we'll save that. Alrighty, I did experiment with putting my notices up in the other area, and it's not working very well for me because I keep missing them, so I'm going to have to move that out of that character. But feel free to play with your hotbar occasionally. To-do list, I want that a little higher. Okay, server info, we want that up the top. Target bar. Minimap. Now, you will have seen me do this a couple of times. I'm going to just grab that target bar and stick it. I don't know if this is a good spot. I guess we'll find out the hard way. Alright, let's save all of that. Elemental gauge, this thing always drives me crackers. Save. And escape out of that. The other thing we want to do before we go anywhere is our character configuration. I'm going to grab character. I want to show limited, show none, and show none. Then I want to go into item settings. We're going to grab our inventory interface and open all. Our retainer interface is going to be expanded. Store all newly obtained items in the last slot. Fill the tabs in order. Item character. Okay, required level. I want this in ascending order, so my lowest level items are at the beginning. Stack size, I also want from smallest. Actually, no, I want that in descending order. Largest stack first, smallest stack at the end makes it easy to find. And then I want to apply those settings. Alright, that's all I want to do for the beginning of the character and the startup, except for grabbing this play guide and getting that off my base. I want to grab the teleport guide and get that off. I want to move my sprint down to bar 9, and I want to put my return button. Actually, I might put it... No, I will put it down on the bottom as well. Rightio, that's that. Now we're set. We've got to remember to do that for each one. You know, I did forget. I forgot the pet bar. In the HUD layout, you have a pet bar. That's this one. I'm going to grab that thing. I'm going to move my pet hotbar down here. I'm going to change it to my 6x2, and I'm going to go save and save. It's already visible, and that's that. Rightio. That was character creation and setup. Don't be like that, friend. I promise I'll make it worth your while. Alright, all I want to do is actually get her to stand beside him. Alright, let's just do this. Okay, and on that note, guys, I'm going to finish the character creation and setup episode, Arrival at Ul'dah. If you enjoyed it, please hit like. If you want to see more, please hit subscribe. And I'll check you later. Take care out there.